two things happen here. We either create sports history as it was actually worn, or we get inspired by sports history and create some products that are linked to sports history but really have a fashion bent. And I can show you some examples of that.
I'm also working on actual sizing for the snorkel jacket and retracing the Bengals logo to get ready for production.
One of the things that I like about this is that the Cincinnati Bengals applied tiger stripes to their jerseys. And you know, that was all during the 80s and 90s, even to this day. So what we've done is we've taken those tiger stripes off the shoulder inserts of the jerseys and have applied the tiger stripes as sort of a fashion piece to be used in other elements. Now these mascots are all historically accurate vintage mascots, but we're taking them out of that realm and putting them on some lightweight apparel. This is a remake in 100% wool of Gordie Howe's 1948 hockey all-star uniform. This is one of my most favorite pieces, and we're trying to figure out how to make it slightly lighter in weight and how to convert it from a sweater that goes over uniforms to a sweater that could actually be worn out, say, on a cool Saturday night and not look like you're walking around in a tent. So it's one of our challenges, and here's Gordie's number 9 on the back. It's a great old piece. Now we know that in my marketing that camouflage is a popular in fabric, but I'm just not going to go and use camouflage fabric and make something. So what we do is we're recreating an authentic Tony Gwynn from 2001. So it has a crossover between fashion and history. This is the merchandising and development department of the company, and this is the place where after the creative department and merchandising people decide, and myself decide what to make, this is the place where we have to make it and figure out the technique of how to make products. Here's a Jimmy Brown jersey. This is from 1964. They were champions. And it's the classic jersey. It's made of knit fabric. The stripes are knit into the sleeves, just as the way Jimmy Brown would have done it, had a jersey, and it's 3/4 length sleeve. Right. It is ID'd as his jersey from 1964 because the NFL never put names on the backs of their jerseys until they merged with the AFL for the 1970 season. So this Walter Payton rookie jersey for 1975 does have his name on the back, just as Walter Payton would have worn it. There certainly are customers who want the players' names on the back, but I don't give it to them if the player didn't wear it. But we get as close as possible, and I don't want to mislead anyone to say that we can do it identical, because the technology, and actually it's the older technology, is gone. So modern technology sometimes has a hard time replicating older technology. So we work at it very, very diligently. We're not 100% perfect. In hockey, of course, we have the great one, Wayne Gretzky. And this is his Edmonton Oilers shirt. This one's actually been autographed for me. Wow. 1986-87 remake, exactly what he would have worn. And this jersey should even have a fight strap in it, which all authentic hockey jerseys have, and we even do different fight straps for different eras. And this keeps the jersey from being pulled over the hockey player's head so he can't get pummeled to death. This is one of our sample rooms. Sometimes we even get entertainers and groups to ask us to make things, and I don't even know who this is, but this is Gnarls Barkley.
I know Gnarls Barkley.
So Francesca knows Gnarls Barkley. She could tell me we made this for them, and obviously something happened on 5/9/06, and this was a custom piece that we did for Gnarls Barkley. Actually, we did it in black and in white. Here's a jersey I never put in production. The college all-star game was played for many, many years in Chicago. and beginning around 1938 through the 40s, into the 50s and 60s until they decided not to do it. They played at Soldiers Field, and this is a replica of a vintage college all-star game, which I thought is very, very pretty, very great, but I haven't put it in production yet.
When all the brainstorming and research is done upstairs and a product is ready for sale to the general public, it comes down here to Mitchell and Ness's flagship store on Chestnut Street in Center City, Philadelphia, where the walls are literally lined with jerseys and pennants from teams and players dating back to as early as the 1900s.
This is our tribute to Jackie Robinson, and what I have here are various uniforms that Jackie wore during his career. So this is his 1951 road uniform, and there's a patch on the other side of it, you can't see it. This is the jacket he wore in 1956. This satin wrinkled jersey is what he wore at night games in 1949. And of course the very famous one, which is the 1955 World Series jersey with his red number on the front. And the retail store really acts as a showroom for just about everything that we make. So that currently our lineup includes over 1,000 different models of jerseys and jackets that we offer to the public that are a combination of historically accurate and fashion items based on historic logos. So that is what you're looking at. You might notice that there's a lot of pennants on the walls and hanging from the ceilings. 99% of those pennants are remakes of original period wool felt pennants. You'll see some of the shirts that you saw pictures of in the office, the real or the authentic replicas are here. We embroidered their names on the front, and in fact in the old days their names were embroidered on the front so the equipment managers, when they washed the uniforms, would know who to put where. It was a very practical thing, so we just duplicated it. It gives it a nice identity for the consumer. The dreaded Mets, and Lenny Dykstra's popular both as a Philly and as a Met. And this is Lance Allworth's Chargers jersey. And this, because of the fashion colors and the look of it, there was a period in which this became the #1 seller. And for a period of time between 2001 and probably the latter half of 2003, my jerseys, football, basketball, and baseball, were the rage of the hip-hop community. And that also trickled down into all the fans, and it helped to explode our sales and to give us national attention that we have today.
That's a long way from the company's humble beginnings in 1904 as just a small sporting goods store on Arch Street. And if you want to find out more about Mitchell and Ness, check them out on the web at www.mitchellandness.com. Going vintage in Philadelphia, Francesca Iacovangelo, PressPassTV.com.
Man, that was such a great story. I can't wait to go there and get some of those jerseys. You know, I would really like a Darryl Strawberry throwback or a Dwight Gooden or a Lenny Dykstra throwback from the '86 World Series. That would be so cool. I got to go to Philadelphia and check that place out myself and pick out a jersey. Well, you know, Mitchell and Ness were really cool, so we want to just thank them. And they've got a great website at mitchellandness.com. You guys should check that out. Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the segment. Find out more about us and some of our stories at PressPassTV.com. For everyone here at PressPassTV.com, I'm Michael Artsis. Be terrific.